It is Sunday, it is raining. I thought, what better time to try my hand at a reading vlog. So let's see how this goes. I've just finished, well, earlier this week I finished the ACOTAR series completely. I've started Throne of Glass, I'm on Crown of Midnight, and I have this much left to go. So I don't know whether, we'll see where this vlog takes us, but I might just record this week and talk about where I got up to and just do it like my normal vlog style, but talk about the books that I'm reading. Or whether, I guess you'll know from the title of this video, or whether I'm just gonna see where I get up to this week and just record the bits and then maybe do another reading vlog as the series goes on, because obviously it's probably going to take me about 6 weeks to finish it. I've read a lot this week, but I'm back at work now on Monday. So I'm up to here in Crown of Midnight. I'm about to get a shepherd's pie on, but first I'm going to finish reading this. I'm going to make a shepherd's pie, snuggle down. It's about midday on a Sunday. But first up, I thought I'd talk about ACOTAR. I actually DNF'd A Court of Thorns and Roses once, and I didn't think I was going to pick it back up, and I'm so glad that I did. So I'm going to rate them in order. Obviously, A Court of Frost and Starlight has to be last on the list. Not because it was bad, I did enjoy it, but it's just a little cute little novella. It's like a Christmas special. Do you know what I mean? It can't match up to the story and the world building within the other books, but it is needed. Some people say it's skippable. I do not agree, and why would you skip it when you can read it in a couple of hours? Do you know what I mean? So that's fifth, but only because it is what it is. Like, it's a novella, do you know what I mean? Then next up, A Court of Thorns and Roses. As I said, I DNF'd this once, but I would liken reading, like DNFing during this book is like DNFing Lord of the Rings when they are still in the Shire. Does that make sense? So it's just such a small part of the world. It's a necessary part of the story, but it's fourth place for me. I nearly didn't continue with the series because I wasn't loving this book. Okay, does that make sense? But I picked it back up and I couldn't be happier that I did. Then next up, controversially, is A Court of Mist and Fury for me. It's a lot of people's favourite, but the first half, I guess if you're invested after this book, I can see why this one would be your favourite, but this one is a lot of necessary for the first maybe 40%, character introduction, world building, and all of that good stuff, which is so necessary. But I wasn't invested until about 50% of the way through Mist and Fury. But let me tell you, the last line of this book is chef's kiss, incredible. The way I ran to my bookshelf to pick up the next book was unparalleled. I ran so fast. And this was a tough decision for me because I'm a Nesta girl. Nesta's my favourite character. Controversial, I know, but she is. But I had to put A Court of Silver Flames in second place. Although I would have loved this as a standalone story if it wasn't part of the series. If this was just a book within itself, I would have loved it. I did love it. I loved everything about it. I loved all the characters that got introduced in this book. I loved the story. I loved the girl power element. Loved this book. Loved it. Loved the character arc. Loved Nesta. Favourite character. But first up, for my number one spot, I had to do Wings and Ruin because I was screaming, crying, throwing up. Cried 2 to 3 times at the end of this book. I was so unbelievably invested by this point that I think I did this book in like maybe 3 days. It's a chunker. But yeah, I absolutely adored that. So that was my winner. Do I think you should read ACOTAR? If you haven't, absolutely. If you struggle with the first book, maybe book and a half, I implore you to keep going because I want to live in Perithian. I'm sad that I'm not there anymore. But I have started... Oh, God. I have started Throne of Glass and I am loving it. Do I still miss the fairies and the bat boys? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But I'm really enjoying this. This is technically the third book for me because I read Assassin's Blade first because that's what my mate Shawnee recommended, and I think she was right because the feel that I'm now at the point where after this bit, some people then read Assassin's Blade as number 3. But I feel like reading Assassin's Blade first is like reading a book after you've watched a spoiler video. Do you know what I mean? Because it's just giving you, so there's the little drips of information throughout Throne of Glass and Crown of Midnight about what is to come in Assassin's Blade, which is a prequel and the backstory, but you already get all the major spoilers, so you know what was happening going in. Because I can't really say because I've read it first now and there's no going back, so I'll never know. But personally, I would recommend reading it first. I know you'll be desperate to start Throne of Glass and get into like the proper meat of the story, but it's 4 little novellas all in one book. They're really fun to read. They're not really that much like they are like the actual book, but I'm not explaining myself very well. I think you need to read it first personally, but do what you want, you do you. But if you don't enjoy, that's what I'm trying to say. If you don't enjoy Assassin's Blade that much, then please keep going because the story is different. It is different. But do read Assassin's Blade. I implore you to read it. It's excellent, but do it whatever order you want to do. I did it first, and that worked for me. So, anyway, I'm going to go and finish this. I'm going to get a shepherd's pie on, and I'm just going to chill for the rest of the day. So, by this afternoon, I'm just going to have a reading day, so by this afternoon, I'll be on Heir of Fire. This is a very strange reading vlog for me because I am normally a thriller girly through and through, but there's nothing like getting lost in a fantasy world, is there? There's nothing quite like it. There is a really cute cafe in the park that I think I've shown you in my other vlogs. Excuse my hair, I've just put my PJs on. So I've treated myself to a little cinnamon roll. It's a vegan cinnamon roll, but I've had them before. And it's delish. And I've got a little cup of tea. And Paula's ready for a cuddle. So I'm gonna snuggle up and carry on reading Crown of Midnight. I'm so close to the end. And if you've ever read a Sarah J Maas, you will know that the last 200 pages, very stressful. Excuse all of this, I've just had a bath and washed my hair. What? I'm not going to give any spoilers, but the twists and the turns in this book, my light's just fallen off. Honestly, obsessed. This was so good. I don't know how people would now stop and read Assassin's Blade before continuing. I don't know how someone will do that. So I honestly strongly urge you to get Assassin's Blade out of the way first. Not as in get it out of the way, but you have to come out of this story to then go back in time, and it would have done my head in. It would have done my head in. And I would have known that I had to read it, and I would have been fuming right now. That was out of the action. Do you know what I mean? So that's what honestly, at the beginning I was like, I think this is going a bit slow. I was invested, don't get me wrong, I've been invested from the first page of Assassin's Blade in this series, but this just blew my mind. There's twists, there's turns, there's reveals. I did not see any of it coming, and I read a lot of like mystery thrillers, so I feel like I see things coming. I did not see this 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 coming. I really need to go and start making dinner. But I need to read at least the first chapter of the next book. I have to. Oh my god. I'll probably check back in once I'm at like, I don't know if it'll be, I think it probably will be today. I'll check in when I've done like 100 pages of the next book, but I am going to try and keep this vlog as spoiler free as possible. Beyond saying that there's twists and turns and things like that, I don't want to give anything away, because if you've not read it, I feel like you should read it spoiler free, because that's what I've done in the most part. I knew not very much about this going in, whereas I went into ACOTAR knowing quite a lot of spoilers that I wish I hadn't have known. So I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I am loving it. If you tried ACOTAR and it wasn't really for you, because of the spice or whatever, the heavy romance, then pick this up, because it is more plot heavy, more politics heavy. There's kind of like a romance, something romantic happening. I'm not going to say what, when, who, how, why. But there is but it's very, very much the subplot. Very much the subplot. There's so much else going on. So if ACOTAR wasn't for you, I thought ACOTAR wouldn't be for me, but I fell in love with the world. But romance-led things aren't usually my thing. If that's the case for you as well, please pick this up. Honestly, I'm having so much fun. Right. I don't even know what to do. To work. I left my flipping headphones on my desk last night, so I couldn't listen to my audiobook on my commute, so I was fuming. I tried to take my book on the bus, and then I realised that reading on transport makes me want to be sick, so that was a major no-go. So I'm actually up to page 100, so I wanted to do 100 on Sunday and 100 last night, but we went and did the big shop, and then I got distracted by stuff on Sunday. So over Sunday, Monday, I've done my 100 pages, which we'll talk about when I get home later on. Yeah, so you just went to Tesco and did the big shop and stuff. So I'm going to get home, do a ramen, get myself tucked up, and hopefully I'll manage 100 pages tonight. But there's a new character POV, and I'm loving the new character, so we'll talk later. Okay, it's Thursday. I'm in bed. Well, I'm just running a bubble bath, so I'm sitting on the bed to talk to you, because I've come upstairs. It is 20 to 7. Oh, there you go. It's 20 to 7. There's a bath running, I don't know if you can hear it. I've got a brew. I didn't check in last night, because I got really bad period pains. So I literally just went into full goblin mode and got home, had a bath, put my pyjamas on, and I went to bed, and I didn't want to talk to anyone, not even you, so I'm really sorry. So I am still reading Heir of Fire. I think I got a bit carried away last week, because I was like, I've finished 4 books in a week. I can turn this vlog into like a full reading vlog for everything. And it's like, no girl, you are going back to work. And you can't read that much when you're at work, because I get up at 5. So I like to be asleep by 9. So by the time I've gotten home, we get home about 5, cooked dinner, had a bath, done my skincare, got myself settled. It's like flipping 7 o'clock, and then I've only got sort of an hour or 2 hours to read. Sometimes, truth be told, I fall asleep at 8. So I am up to here, chapter 24. This is a bookmark that a little girl made me who follows me. It's so cute. So I'm using that bookmark. Yes, I'm on chapter 24. If you've read these books, chapter 23, I was obsessed with chapter 23. A new character POV has been introduced. A witch called Manon. And I saw all over TikTok that some people think her POV chapters are a snooze fest. That's not a spoiler, by the way, because she's only introduced it in this book. So it's not like you'll know what happens in the previous books because you know that it's got a POV in this book. Does that make sense? So it's not, I would not class that as a spoiler because, well, yeah, she's only come into this book, but she's a bit of a baddie. And or so far, where I'm up to, she's a baddie. But I've realised that I love a baddie. Well, I guess Nesta's a bit of a baddie. Not really, but kind of a baddie in ACOTAR, and she's my favourite character. So I love a bit of a baddie. I'm loving Manon. I'm loving Manon. If you've read it, let me know, do you love Manon the way that I love Manon? So yeah, I'm just going to have a bath. I'm going to get in bed and read. I'd like to do, in fact, I'd love to do 100 pages tonight. By the time I've had a bath and stuff, it'll probably be about 7. And then my partner's staying up late tonight. He's staying up till 10 because Newcastle are playing. And when he's sort of pottering around the house, I can't really get to sleep. So I might just give myself a little bit of extra time because tomorrow is my last day in the office. I'm working from home on Friday. Just a little bit of extra reading time and go to bed at these late times of 10 o'clock. Who is she? Who is this woman staying up till 10 o'clock? So yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'd like to do 100 more pages tonight, but I feel like every night I've said I want to do 100 pages. I'm currently on page 191. Yeah, I feel like every night I go, I want to do 100 pages, and every night I don't. So, but I blame my period pains yesterday. How will that bloody let me do? So if we can get to chapter 34, If we can get to chapter 35, that's 290. So that's pretty much exactly 100 pages. So I'll aim for that. I'm going to aim to get to close to 300 pages through the book, not 300 pages read tonight. That's not possible. Just need to not do it. I'll get really into it and I'll pick up my phone to look at the time or something. And then before I know it, I'm scrolling and I'm like, what are you doing? Read your book. What you want to do is read your book. What you're scrolling for. Do you know what I mean? So I might either check in with you tomorrow or I might check in with you on Friday because I'm working from home then and I'll just have a little bit more time once I'm finished work because taking the travel time out your day is exceptional, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to drink my brew, have a bath, read my book, and I will catch up with you. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Friday, but either way for you, it'll be in about 1 second. It's Friday! Ba, 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 ba. I've actually finished work just now and I've been to the shop. I reached the halfway point in the book last night, so where it goes from Heir of Ash to Heir of Fire, halfway through the book. That's where I'm up to. And I'm loving it. I've got loads of cleaning to do today, which I'm not going to film because it takes me about 5 times as long. And I also still have my vlog that goes up tomorrow to edit. So me and Daff have just been on a lovely walk, had a nice game of fetch, and I bought some of my favourite cleaning products. Ignore any mess that you can see in the background because that's what I'm going to do now. This Spanish cleaning product stuff, a Sevi. So, sorry, my neighbour's just talking to my dog really loudly, so if you can hear something in the background, that's what's happening. This Aveti, they only have the orange one in my, like, do you like my Bits and Bob shop? Like the Bits and Bob shop, there's one near everyone's house. It's from that, and they only have the orange one, and the orange one isn't my favourite. I think the one in the blue bottle is my favourite, but that's all they had. But when I put this in my spray mop, and then, honestly, my house will smell of this, clean floors, for 48 hours. So we got that. Now that the sun is finally out, I'm not really a summertime girl. It's too warm, it's too hot to walk the dog, you can't sleep properly, so I'm not really a summertime girl, but I do not mind, I love a bit of sunshine when it's still cool. Do you know what I mean? I got some pink stuff, cleaning and upholstery cleaner that I'm hoping the dog got into bed with me yesterday morning after my partner had gone to work. And now there is muddy paw prints all over my beige bedding. So every product that I've tried from the pink stuff is incredible. And they're like drain scent in unblocker. So good. So this might be so boring. Then I got some elbow grease window cleaner, because now that it's sunny outside, I've realised how streaky my mirrors are. So that's getting done. And I just got some of these elbow grease pads, which, you know, those magic eraser things. I think the light's shining on it. Because whenever I bath the dog, she gets out and shakes in the hallway. And then I seem to have, like, loads of watermarks on the paint, even when I've wiped them down. So I thought I would give these a go and just clean down the walls in the hallway, because that's the kind of thrill ride of a life that I like to live. Also, I got myself some presents in the form of flowers. So I got these, just some carnations for out the pots. I have sort of flowers, fresh flowers all over the house. So I have one vase in the bathroom, one on the fireplace, one on the living room table, and then I have also a bunch in my bedroom. I wanted tulips everywhere, but tulips are poisonous to animals. And although the cat doesn't go near the flowers, she used to, but she doesn't anymore. Although the cat doesn't go anywhere near the flowers, I still don't like to put ones that are potentially poisonous in vases within her reach. So, I'm so boring, aren't I? So these tulips, rainbow tulips, are for the fireplace, for once I've cleaned and done a bit of springy. An absolute bore fest. But anyway, once I've got that jobs list done, I'm then gonna sit down and read tonight. We're gonna have a taco night, so we might watch something together while we have tacos. I'll show you my taco night. We don't eat, well, I do eat meat, but I don't eat meat at home because my partner's pescatarian. I've said that 5,000 times minimum. It's so boring, isn't it? But I feel like I need to say it. So I'm not making. I feel like I need to say it to explain why I don't cook meat in the house. I don't know. Anyway, I'm making them with seitan, and I just got this little kit, this Las Chicas Tingy Tostadas kit, just like the little taco wraps. So I'm going to make those, and we're going to have a little taco night, but we're only sitting together for half an hour because I need to read. I want to get this book done. It's like 400 and something pages, so I've got maybe like 200 pages to go, and I will get through it. And I'm loving it. My favourite character is still Manon, and I'm also loving a character called Adion. These are not like spoilers, by the way, because they've only just appeared in the book that I'm on, so you won't meet them and be like, oh, well, I know that nothing happens to them because they're in book 3 or book 4 or whatever, because they've only been introduced during Heir of Fire. I think there's a lot of characters that I've not met yet. But I'm loving those two characters. And yeah, I will catch up with you in a little bit once my cleaning's done. Because honestly, if I record myself cleaning, it will take me all day. If I don't record myself cleaning, it might take me about 2 hours. So I'll catch up with you in a little bit. All my cleaning's done. I've made my tacos, as you will have seen. I've not had any time to read today, but I did audiobook while I was cleaning. I don't love to audiobook fantasy. I just feel like I don't get as immersed, personally. So I do much prefer to read a physical copy, but I had loads of jobs to do. Really wanted to get through some of my book. So I audiobooked for a few hours while I did my chores, and now I'm on chapter 50. I'd love to be telling you right now that I'm just going to read for the rest of the evening, but before that is possible, what time is it? 17:51. Before that's possible, I have to finish editing my vlog that goes up tomorrow morning, my usual Saturday vlog, because I've been really lazy this week and I've not done it. I'm obsessed. I don't know what's happening to me, but everyone's chapters are good, but I'm just clawing to get to Manon's chapter. I don't know what chapter it was. It was one of the 40s, because I was audiobooking it, I didn't look. But chapter 40 something. I'll find it and I'll insert it on the screen here. I cried at Manon's chapter. I filled up and I cried. Does anyone else? Maybe I'll be eating my words by the next book. But I'm obsessed with Manon. Forget having a book boyfriend. Manon is my crush. I am obsessed with Manon. I want to take a blood oath or something. I want Manon. I want to be with Manon. I want to spend my life with Manon. I'm obsessed with her. Obsessed. That's all I can say. I think I've mentioned before, but I've seen a few TikToks of people saying Manon's chapters are a yawn fest. What book are you reading that I am not reading? Because I'm basically reading this book being like, when's Manon's next chapter? I need more Manon. That's how I feel. So I hope she stays. If she's got a POV, she's going to stay, right? Please tell me that she's going to stay. I don't care what she does. I don't care if she burns the world to the ground. I think I'd still love her. That's just how I'm feeling. But so far, I'm loving it. I've also heard people say that the first half is slow. But there's so many POVs that I've not really found it slow. Selena, I call her in my head. Selena's story is maybe a little meandering. But everyone else is like pretty fast paced, and I think Selena's needs to be meandering, otherwise you'd be like, well, that didn't realistically take long enough. The thing that she's trying to achieve. Do you know what I mean? So maybe I don't mind if things are a bit slower paced. Like I love the action, but if it's slow paced but there's stuff happening, I'm all right about that. I'm loving this book. This is my favourite one so far, but I'm on for, which one is it next? Oh, Queen of something Midnight. I'll write it there because I've completely forgotten, but that one's next. But I will now definitely finish this one today, and it's currently the 28th of February, which is going to mean that in 2 months I've read like 10 books a month. I've read 20 books once I finish this year, which is, I know some people read hundreds every year, but that's not normal for me. Normally I'm like a 5 book a month kind of gal. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to go and edit that video, and I'll settle down with you, and I will check back in once I've finished, because we've only got, I don't know, what page are we on? Love? We're on page 424. And there is don't look at anything important in the words. 561. So like 140 pages left. We'll smash that out tonight, lads. So yeah, I'm gonna go and get my vlog sorted and scheduled to go out tomorrow morning at 10:30. If you've not watched any other vlogs, I do normal vlogs every Saturday 10 o'clock. So hopefully I'll see you there. Right, bye. Okay, I'm in bed. I'm going to pick some ambience. What shall we go for? I only like the ones with like rainy vibes. Not when they have music, I hate that. Oh, let's go with that one. Thunder and Rain. Daffy's in bed. I changed the bed today and put, it's sunny for one day and I've put summer bedding on. Like, I've taken the thicker quilt off and we've got summer bedding on. So, here we go. I'm on chapter 50, as I said before, because I've not read a thing since then. So, let's get reading. So my plan did not happen last night. Just got up, it's about 8 o'clock. Because I fell asleep halfway through chapter 54. So I didn't read much at all. I think my eyes were tired from editing. So I'm going to crack on this morning. Got a little coffee. And I'm going to get to reading. My partner's still in bed. Not sure what we're going to do today. I did say We might go to Alnwick, but I don't know if I fancy it this weekend. I don't know if we might go next weekend. I just need to go before Mother's Day. But I do want to go. I do really want to go to Alnwick. I'll do like, I'll put our trip to Alnwick in one of my normal vlogs, but if I go within this vlog, I'll just show you how nice the little town is. But I don't know if I'm going to go. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure. I kind of just want to read and drink tea all day. Is that lazy? It's quite lazy, isn't it? And all my plans got scuppered. I got ready and all my plans got scuppered. We were going to go out because my lock on my door broke. It's broke. It's just broken. So I took the dog for like a nice long walk while my partner tried to fix that, and now I'm waiting in because he's gone to B&Q to get a new lock. So I think today is now just going to be a reading day, which I will not complain about. So, because I've been on a nice long walk, I've just been audiobooking, but I really didn't want to finish the book on audio when I was in the street, because I thought I will cry. So, I'm on chapter 60 now. I'm just going to get some reading snacks. I've got some grapes in the fridge, really cold. So, I'm going to have some grapes and a rose tea. And I'm going to finish this. And then we'll check in. We'll check in and we'll talk about it. It's the same as I was with Akatar, where I didn't want to stop reading, but I didn't want it to end. Do you know what I mean? But I've heard the Queen of Shadows, the next one, I finally remembered the name of that. Queen of Shadows is the best book apart from Kingdom of Ash. So I'm so excited to start that. I'm so excited. So excited. I've not had any man on for ages, by the way. You know, the female witch that I want to swear a blood oath to because I'm obsessed with her. But I think, yeah, chapter 61. So I've got one more chapter. Then I get a bit more man on. I get a bit more man on because I'm obsessed with her. Obsessed. I don't feel any way about the men the way that I feel about Manon in this book. I'm obsessed with her. I don't need a book boyfriend because I've got a book wife now. So she's my number one. So yeah, I'm going to get some little reading snacks. I've finished. I've just finished, not that. I've just finished Heir of Fire. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I was very, very stressed at the end there. I'm not going to go into any details because of, this is a spoiler-free situation, but my heart was in my mouth. I was deeply worried. I'm still quite worried. I can confirm that I'm still in love with Manon. She's morally pretty black, but I am obsessed, in love, cannot live without her. I really hope there's more of her in the next book. Surely that cannot be the last that I'm going to see of Manon. Do you know what I mean? Well, it didn't really tie up the end of a story, so surely there's got to be more Manon. Surely there's more Manon for me. This was incredible. The end was so stressful, but also really beautiful. I'm so excited to carry on reading. Sorry if this vlog hasn't been the best. This is my first ever attempt at a reading vlog, so it can only improve. Please ignore the fact that this light is doing nothing for me because I'm using my book light because I can't find my selfie light. So I don't know where that is. And it's doing absolutely nothing for me. I look like Mrs. Potato Head. If you are thinking about reading this series and you're not sure, I would say do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I'm having so much fun. If you loved ACOTAR, definitely read it. Some people say to read ACOTAR first, which I did. But if romance heavy plot lines aren't your thing, then definitely just go and jump straight into Throne of Glass. I mean, I loved ACOTAR, but it took me a while. It took me for 1.5 books before I really, felt invested. But with this, I was invested immediately, even during Assassin's Blade. I will say that now I'm up to the point where, so Assassin's Blade, the other option for reading Assassin's Blade is before this book. So you will go Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Assassin's Blade, but I did Assassin's Blade first, and then you would read this one. Now that I've read this one, I can still not see any benefit to reading Assassin's Blade third. I can see zero benefit, other than if you're going to take a long period of time off reading the books in between, because maybe there's some information in there that you would have forgotten over time. If you were going to say wait another 3 to 6 months to read the next book, then maybe you can see a benefit in it. But if you're undecided of how to do it, I would strongly suggest reading Assassin's Blade first, because otherwise I feel like it's going to be like you'll read Assassin's Blade and you'll already have all of the spoilers for it. So you'll know what's going to happen. You just got to sit and read stories 4 different stories that you're going to know the end to in advance. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really see the point in it. But I'm glad that I read it first. This was incredible. It was really stressful. I loved all of the new points of view. Manon has my heart. As you know, I'm still going on about her constantly. And then next up is Queen of Shadows. I was planning to... I was on the fence about whether to do a full reading vlog for the rest of the series. But if I do that, you're not going to get this vlog for 6 weeks, maybe. Because I was flying through books when I was at work, so I think it was when I wasn't at work, so I think I was being a bit cocky and thinking I'd get through loads, but this has taken me a week between like working and life admin. So I'm going to end this vlog here and then pick up at the next vlog for this. And I'm going to release these vlogs as and when I get through a full book. I mean, like, there'll probably be one next Wednesday, but then I'm on for the tandem read, so that'll probably be like 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm going to do Kingdom of Ash, which is 950 pages. So there'll either be a week or a 2 week split in between these vlogs. But my normal vlog will be out every Saturday, if you care. Sorry if this reading vlog has been rubbish, but it's my first attempt. So I'll edit it, see what it turns out like. And then I'll be on for the next one. So I'm going to get into bed now with Daphne and Paula, my dog and my cat, with a cup of tea, and I'm going to start Queen of Shadows. I'm so excited for this one. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. If you've read these books, spoiler free, let me know in the comments if you're as obsessed with Manon as I am. Or is that just a me thing? Is that just a me thing? I'm just going to insert a picture here of what Manon fan art. Wowzers trousers, obsessed with her. Right, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks for watching. Please remember to give me a follow on TikTok. Please remember to like and subscribe on here while I'm trying to build my channel, because it means a lot. It would mean a lot if you could do that. See you in the next one. Bye.